7:53 on BBC Somerset. Good morning. Thank you for choosing to wake up with us this Saturday morning. Now, it's a Bridgwater tradition which dates back to the 1600s and involves a firework held above someone's head on the end of a long pole. Then it's fired simultaneously in a large group. Yes, it may sound like a health and safety nightmare, but of course it's squibbing. And tomorrow, for only the second time ever, it's going to leave its hometown of Bridgwater and light up the skies of London. 40 carnival lights will be one of the main highlights of the Great British Carnival's event, which is taking place in the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. It's all to celebrate the second anniversary of the London 2012 Olympic Games and, of course, the midway point ahead of the Rio Games in 2 years' time. Well, Steve Culverwell from Ramblers Carnival Club and Roger Brown from British Flag Carnival Club are two of those who will be illuminating the skies of the capital tomorrow. But we've got them in here first. Morning to you both.
Morning, Simon.
Morning, Simon.
And you have actually brought in...
we have the squib coshes.
Oh, coshes,
they're called.
So I'm not too well up on the lingo for all of this. But I mentioned there in the introduction that we've been doing it since, the 1600s. And am I right in thinking it's only happened outside Bridgwater once before, and that was 2 years ago in Weymouth?
Weymouth, yeah, that's right.
And so that was... how did that come about that we were allowed to do it somewhere else?
Through the Arts Council, they've seen us in Bridgwater and said it'd be a good idea to take it to Weymouth, and we did it on the beach.
And what was obviously the whole of the Olympic 2012, it seems like a blur because it was such a long time ago now, but I mean we all got swept up in the excitement, and when you were there, crowds of people, I mean was there kind of shock and awe at what you were doing? There
was. I mean, people were watching us carrying these down the road and they said, what's this about? You come down on the beach later and see it performing, they were amazed.
And I touched upon the health and safety aspect of it. In all the years that it's been done, no one's been hurt, have they? This is quite amazing. According to the research I've done,
a few sparks.
But sparks, you're going to get that. But,
you're going to get, especially the crowd in Bridgwater. They just get too close, but they won't do it again.
So how did doing it in London come about?
Well, it's like I say, the two years since the last Olympics at Weymouth.
Yep.
And the Arts Council people are having this large carnival festival in the Olympic Park up there, and they obviously wanted Britain's premier carnival to be represented, and because our carnival floats, what we call carts, are too big to go up there.
Yep.
So they've asked part of the Bridgwater Squibbing display to go up there.
So did you say, let's do squibbing instead of taking up the carts, or did they say we want the squibbing?
Oh, well, I don't know, because we're not actually involved in the organisation.
Okay. I'd like to think that we said, let's do squibbing.
Well, you must remember that squibbing is unique to Bridgwater. Is what we do, if you can imagine. So to take Bridgwater up there, it was obvious that squibbing was how we would represent ourselves, because it is a fantastic thing to watch. It's been going on for hundreds of years. It's like a tradition that, like I say, has been going on for hundreds of years, and you can see nowhere else on the world.
I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? We have something so unique here. But covering the sort of, the safety aspect of it, when you go up tomorrow, you're going to be far away from the crowd. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we would presume so. I mean, let's be fair on this. Let's be correct on this. Safety is paramount always.
Yeah.
We all wear overalls and red hats and leather gloves and goggles and hard shoes as protection. So we're as safe as we should be. So of course we take that serious.
Well, you got to, and in this day and age, there's risk assessments for even just crossing a road, isn't there? So you've got to be completely across it. To go to London, though, that's very exciting. How many of you are actually going, and what's the mood like?
Because they only wanted 40 squibbers, so there's like 16 clubs in Bridgwater. They asked each club for 2 members each, plus a marshal and some of the carnival committee. So I think it's about 80 in total going.
Yeah, there's some people who are lighters. They have the actual... because there's a river of fire that's created for hundreds of yards.
Yep.
And then you have two lines of squibbers either side. With this, what we might term River of Fire is lit by the squibbers, not the squibbers, the lighters up the centre. And then you've got marshals, safety marshals as well. So all in all, there's probably about 80 people going, of which 40 are actually doing the actual squibbing.
It is fantastic, isn't it? Because nobody's going to have seen anything like this before unless they've been to Bridgwater Carnival. You've got your... I'm going to say pole again, and that's the wrong word.
Kosh.
Your kosh.
A pole is somebody who lives in Poland.
Yeah,
this is a kosh.
Now, stand up for a second. It's about 5 foot.
They do vary. There is some long.
And it's kind of got a thing on the top there where the squib
the
sits in.
centrepiece where you put the squib in is tied on or taped on, and then
and then it's just carried high. Oh no, you carry it out to the side.
Well, the River of Fire is up the centre.
Yeah.
And then we put it in there.
Yeah.
you put it down and light it.
Down like that, and you hold it up
On the whistle, you go up.
Can I just say here in our studio that there are no lighted squibs?
No squibs at all.
Yeah, we just got the empty kosh.
Yes.
This kosh is a ramblers kosh.
And how far do you walk with it? Because if you hold
No,
it,
you don't walk. No.
Right, okay.
You stand still.
You stand still.
It's a simultaneous sort of tableau.
And then you stay there until it goes off.
Yeah.
And how long can it take before it goes on?
Minute.
Yeah, it's not long.
So your arms aren't like
No, it's only
You find in Bridgwater,
2 minutes max.
There's a huge... In Bridgwater, there's a huge atmosphere of adrenaline, and the crowd roars, and it's something really to stand and watch, just to watch the crowd, really. Because,
well, I hope
it's very, very exciting.
Like we say, so unique that no one will have seen anything like it before. Well, we hope it goes down a storm in London. Is it kind of important, do you think, to celebrate the fact it was 2 years ago and there's another 2 years to the next Olympics, or do you think there's just a bit of cashing in on the Commonwealth Games excitement going on here?
It could be that, yeah. But it's good advertising for us.
Yeah.
It's good advertising Bridgwater Carnival. Yeah.
Tradition is important.
And lovely to find that, one of the very few unique traditions in the country.
And also, you should realise it comes from the people. There's nobody, employing us. There's nobody saying, we're all going to pay you £100 to do this. It's volunteers who comes from the people. It's a people movement,
Well, community is everything.
That's right. Spirit.
Well, thank you for coming in this morning. What time are you going down tomorrow?
We're leaving at 8:30 in the morning. And we're not squibbing till 9:30 tomorrow. Obviously, you can't do it until it starts. Yeah. Get the true effect. Yeah,
they should do it in the winter. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, we do normally do it.
Well, lovely to meet you both this morning. That's
Thank
Steve
you.
Culverwell and Roger Brown, who are both taking part in an event in London to celebrate 2 years since the last Olympics, 2 years ahead of the next Olympics, doing the Bridgwater tradition of squibbing for only the second time ever outside of Somerset. I'm Egg at 8 o'clock. Good morning. Saturday breakfast in your next hour of the programme, as it all happened 100 years ago.